How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to Is It a Buy, where we talk about stocks and try to determine if they are worth the buy or maybe a pass. My name is Corey. I just like to preface the video by saying I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just a guy who likes to talk about stocks, so please take what I say with a grain of salt, all right? Let's get into the video today. Hello, everybody. Welcome. Happy Monday. Let's talk about what's going on. Let's say hi to the chat really quick. We'll talk about good old AMC, look at the Ortex data, and just keep it moving, all right? Diamond was first. Yo, welcome. Lee, welcome. Hello. Diamond, guess what day tomorrow is? Tuesday. Definitely looking forward to Tuesday, seeing what it has in store for us. We'll talk about what I think is going on in the chart over here in just a second, and why I'm excited for tomorrow. Dog, well, the head just made us bleed just a little today, just a tad, but even in the after hours, look at that, it's picking up, no problem. Diane, hello, welcome. Sammy, hello. Apes together strong, diamond hands to the moon. That's how I interpret your hieroglyphics. Eric, Corey, how are you doing? Added to my position in AMC this morning at 31.50 buy and hold. Yes, Eric, I really wanted to buy the dip today. I just am out of cash. I really wanted to buy that dip though. It was looking mighty juicy. And hopefully someone able, you bought it at the perfect time. If I was going to add to my position, I would have added probably 32. If I saw it dip to 31, if I hadn't placed my order yet, I would have added at 31 for sure. Obviously, everyone wants to time the bottom, but you can't always tell when that bottom is going to be exactly, right? Looks like 31.15 was the bottom. You got in at 31.50, which is perfect, basically. So I'm sure you're feeling very good, especially buying those additional shares. And even if you look at it, thinking about it, even those small additional shares or whatever you purchased are already up. So it definitely feels good to be up a little bit. Hamza, hey bro, I've been busy holding. Well, welcome back. Nice to see you. Lee, my goodness, spent another $4,000 at 31.50. Wow, very, very nice. Gee, no, not muted, the little troll. You guys are trolling. What are the odds he comes on muted? Stoli today, the odds are 0. I barely look at the stock. Just wait. Damon, yeah, I mean, I really barely look at the stock. I have some notifications on, and whenever I get a notification, I'll take a look. Or if I'm feeling a little crazy, I'll take a look. But I only look at the price. I never look at my total position. Excuse me. Yeah. So what I'll do is I'll pull it up. I'll take a look at the stock price, but I don't see, okay, today I'm up X amount, today I'm down X amount. I say, all I think about, okay, where do I think we're going to bounce? Where do I think we're going to go? And that's how I usually play it. Umber, howdy. Welcome. Mike, good evening. Thoughts on Carnival? Mike, I've liked Carnival for a long time. Well, let's talk about AMC really quick, and we'll talk about Carnival in a second, because I'm sure there's probably a reason why you brought it up. But so AMC was down today, 0.97% in the regular trading hours. It did end the day at $34.62. Currently in the after hours, up a little bit at $34.76. Up 0.4% in the after hours, and kind of fluctuating around there. Okay, so we did see a dip, right? We did see a dip toward the end of the day today, and that's kind of what we were expecting, right? Something that I was ready for. But if you see what's forming here, I felt like we were going to have a dip, not only because we fell over here. I felt like we were going to continue to go down. Well, if we did continue to go down, I was hoping for a bounce around that same area of right here. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and adjust this a little bit, because I like that 32, this 31 level of support seems to just like make a little more sense. Let's see if I can find. Sure, we'll do this around here, 31.50, 31.10. Where is this at? I'm just trying to get a good little spot on here. Yeah, I like that one right here. Okay, yeah, we'll call it 31.50. These bounces right here, pretty solid, right? And we're looking at here, we can see a nice double bottom, a George W forming, right? And it's going down. And tomorrow, I'm looking forward to it, because I'm hoping we're going to go back to testing this $39 level of resistance. And I'm hoping we're going to break through it and continue on our bullish trend. We're typically, more recently, it's been looking a little bearish, right? If we wanted to go over here, and this has been since Wow, a month now. Oh my goodness, time flies. But either way, it was consolidating for a while, so I'd consider this consolidation. And if you want to count it from here, we can say about 19 days that we've been a little bearish. But either way, I mean, nothing has really changed for me personally. I'm still continuing to hold. I'm still adding to my position while I can. I feel like $30 is a freaking steal for the stock personally, but of course, make your own decisions and do whatever you want. But I am loving this price right now, because I feel like it's going to be, I feel like I'm going to be very happy that I got this stock at $30, right? Which sounds a little crazy, considering, most of us got our stock around $10, whatever it might have been. But I'm very happy I got it there. So I'm anticipating a double bottom here. I'm hoping for that bullish reversal here, that we go ahead and go to the freaking moon. But, it might take a little bit of time. Let's take a look at GameStop really quick. GameStop was up 2.63% on the day, ending at $173.49. Currently at $173 even, down 0.28 in the after hours, 0.28% in the after hours. Okay, Doge is struggling right now. Doge, ooh, you see this? Looks like it's. I'm telling you, I think Doge is going to be a double bottom right here. Or I'm not telling you, but this is my hypothesis would be that Doge is probably going to be some kind of double bottom here, and this double bottom is going to maybe get a little bit of bullish. We'll have to see here. We can see last time I had a little double bottom right here, and then it was pretty bullish, right? So we'll see if it has a little more macroscopic double bottom and see if it starts to run. But I wouldn't be surprised if we go back to 20 cents very soon on Doge. Currently, I don't have a position on Doge. I don't think at all. No, I don't have a position at all on Doge, but I am very curious about this stuff, about which way it's going to go. Bitcoin hovering around 30,000, just under 31. It's at 30,000.5. So that is that. Let's take a quick look at the tops for the day. We'll look at Carnival and we'll hop over to Ortex. So tops for the 1 day. Tops for the 1 day. Anything we recognize in here? Ocugen, I remember seeing these guys previously. Novavax. That's about it here. Let's see about the losers for the day, the 1 day. Newegg, oh my gosh. We'll take a look at the Newegg chart really quick. ATOS also down 13% on the day. So this Newegg chart, man, Newegg had a run and then it's just been dropping and dropping and dropping, which again is why I just can't chase these stocks. So Newegg's not looking too good right now, especially it keeps breaking through these levels of support, support, and turning them into levels of resistance consistently. Now it looks like we finally may have bottomed out here at 25.39. We can see down here it kind of respected, went up, bounced, respected. We'll see if it continues to respect. I'll go ahead and draw this as a horizontal line, just so if we ever pull those one back up again, we can see if it respects this level of support. Because currently, yikes, not looking so good. Is Space recovering today? How are these guys doing? Space was up 7% on the day. We know that they had their weird sell-off after the good news of the successful space flight, but my goodness. Okay, let's go ahead and continue over here. Mayron, you guys know I'm watching it. Mayron down another 7% on the day, kind of looking like Newegg, right? Had a little run up and then been dropping. Mayron is another heavily shorted stock that I just like to keep an eye on and see what's going on. Oh yeah, we were gonna look at, what was that? Carnival, I think it was. It was a cruise. Carnival, yes. So Carnival is one that I've been long on for a while. I currently don't have a position, but I've liked it. I mean, I've been watching it. Whenever the pandemic first hit, Carnival was one of the first companies I invested in because I figured, they'd probably be bouncing back after this. As you can see, they had a low of $7.80. And historically, they've been doing very well, right? Now, Carnival, I don't know what their news catalyst is. There must have been some kind of news catalyst here. COVID fears, all this COVID stuff. Here's the deal. Like, the question is, are these is this company going to go bankrupt, right? That's the question you need to think of to yourself. Because I'll tell you this, I like the Carnival play. I'll tell you why. Carnival is the same exact reason I got into AMC. For example, what I mean by that is Carnival, like AMC and Carnival, right? They were both heavily impacted by the pandemic. Okay. The vaccine started coming out, all that good stuff. And then what was happening? So the question was, are they going to go bankrupt? Because if they're not going to go bankrupt, there's going to be a spike one of these days where it's going to skyrocket. Okay. And that's why I got into AMC from the beginning. That's why I was in before we had that huge run up. I got in at $2, as we all know, around $2. And I was able to find that play because I was like, you know what? It's risky, but I think it's so worth it. And that's what I'm seeing here, right? Like, look at them historically, right? Historically, let's look at the past 5 years. I don't know if this is going to work in my favor or not. Yeah, let's look at the past 5 years. I mean, the lowest they've been was $44. Currently, they're at 19, right? And they were up at 30 more recently, right? So if these guys are able to like recover and not go bankrupt, then this is going to be a great play. This stock, and remember, as soon as they say, hey, this is what happened with AMC. AMC got a huge, their big loan or whatever, and they're not going bankrupt. So what happened was they ran, right? They're not going bankrupt. It's a safe stock now. And now on top of that, people want to go do these things, right? Think about cruises. Like, I would love to go on a freaking cruise, and I've been quarantined. A lot of people have been quarantined for so long. And after being quarantined all this time, like, people want to go, like, people want to do things. That's why I was bullish on movies. I was like, you know what? People are going to want to go to the movies. I knew that Marvel was only going to release certain movies in the theaters. I knew that, the theater experiences are getting pretty cool with like the recliner seats and all that good stuff. And I really felt like it was going to be a solid play regardless, as long as they didn't go bankrupt. And I feel the same way. Carnival is one of the stocks that I would 100% go long in. Let's say AMC goes to the moon tomorrow, and let's say the squeeze is over by the end of the month, end of the week, whatever. Carnival is one of those companies that I would personally 100% go in, because I was like, you know what, as long as they don't go bankrupt. Here's the deal. In my opinion, if they haven't gone bankrupt by now, I don't think they're going to go bankrupt at all. Now, the question is as soon as they announce that, the stock is going to go nuts. This is probably one of those where I would buy long options on personally, because they're so cheap. And if it runs up, like, this is what I did with AMC. I got like thousands of dollars in options, and whenever it ran up, that modifier that the options give you to leverage the money is insane. Even if you bought them for, you could go out to September of 22 and get a $20 option or whatever, and these are just going to treat you so well. Like, if this, imagine if it goes to like $50, right? Say $50, which I think is very reasonable. On this $430 bet, you're $50. Look at this, $430 to $2,500 essentially on this kind of bet. This is why I like options so much. And look how far out this is in the time frame, right? Remember, you could sell this at any time. You're just fighting the theta. But right now, this stock is just so down. It's like not really volatile in the sense of what is going on. So I really love it. Like I said, if AMC went to the moon, I would buy like $10,000 or something worth of these options. And it would just be, my money would just be insane. Like, this is how you continue to gain wealth. Granted, it is a little more risky to buy options, but that's how confident I am in this kind of like company and this kind of stock. Like, they would have gone bankrupt already, in my opinion, if that was on the table. They're already so close to being, they're so close to being out of it. There's no way that they're going to let themselves go bankrupt this close to being out of the craziness. So I like the stock. Obviously, I'm very passionate about it. I have a lot of thoughts about why I think it's good, and hopefully people can see my thought process. And that kind of thought process, I don't know if it's an actual term or anything, but I kind of call it like a intuitive investing, or intuitional investing. I'm not sure which I would actually call it, but the easy ways to think about these stocks. You don't have to go in and look at the PE ratios and look at their market cap and do all the math and crazy stuff. You just have to think about this, right? I just think about it. And this is a very traditional approach from my understanding. Warren Buffett, he purchased some of his stocks using that kind of mentality. Like for example, I think it was Dairy Queen. He like walked into a Dairy Queen. Everyone had a great experience. He saw everyone having a good time. It was busy. And the service was great. And he was like, you know what, this company is good. And I don't know if he actually made money on that one, but I'm sure he probably did at the time. And I can respect that. Man, looking at this stuff, I'm getting very interested in Carnival. I miss looking at other stocks. I will say, I see people saying, AMC, I don't think AMC is going anywhere, but I'm missing looking at other stocks. All right. Let's go and continue. And so we'll pull that stuff up. So that's my thoughts on Carnival. Welcome. And okay, let's take a look at the Ortex data really quick, because I'm very I don't know why I said I'm very, but Ortex data is looking pretty good, right? It's not looking so bad. It changed just a tad, but either way, like nothing has changed. Everything is continuing to go on, right? I'm not seeing any kind of change that is making me say, well, this is it. This is the end. So yeah, Peter Joyce says, we may be heading for a second lockdown, and if we do, Carnival will not be happy. That's a good point, right? And that's where the risk comes in, right? People don't want to hop in that Carnival play for the risk of it, because if there is a second lockdown, there's a very real chance that these guys are going to go bankrupt, right? A very real chance. AMC has already, their stock went up. They sold some of their shares and stuff, and they're not going bankrupt. They've raised enough money to not go bankrupt. Regardless, I think they said was it these guys, or am I thinking GameStop, that said they can sustain themselves for X amount of time, right? So, AMC will probably be safe in a second lockdown. And I'm sure they've been innovating. So I'm sure they'll probably release one of the innovations sooner, whatever that may be, or whatever they're going to do. But Carnival, this is where the risk comes in, right? Because if tomorrow, and this is why options are so risky also, right? If you buy an option or something and then tomorrow they announce, yep, we're going to second lockdown, this is going to be bad, blah blah blah, and then Carnival's like, well, there goes our cash, like that's it, that's bankrupt, that's the end, right? But if it's a short lockdown, if everyone locks down properly, and it's only, think about other countries, I don't want to get into it, but other countries were locked. I think it was Australia or somebody, New Zealand, I don't know who it was, but they were locked down for a month or something, right? They were locked down for a month, and now they're all COVID free. Everything's good to go until more recently. But if we could just full lockdown for a little bit of time, then it could probably be pretty good. But yeah, so as long as but if they can survive another lockdown, if it goes into another lockdown, that stock will be very good. Because keep in mind, those options that we were looking at, well, it was I think it was September of next year, right? They have a whole year to get it together and not go bankrupt and run up, right? Anyways, I could talk about that all day, because I'm very obviously extremely passionate. This is the stuff I love talking about, these other stocks, these other kinds of plays. But yeah. Do you think it's possible that the U.S. is using the Delta ploy to reason the market is bad at the moment? Realistically, everyone's going to justify their own situation, right? People are going to say, oh, people are saying different things, right? The market's going to crash soon. Everyone has their own opinion. No one really knows. But there's a whole, you can go a million different ways with this one, but we'll have to see. Macamania says full lockdown means major discounts, and I agree with that, right? This first lockdown was major discounts for these stocks, even if you bought a super safe stock like Disney, right? Let's take a look at Disney really quick. If we take a look at Disney, let's look at the 5-year, and we can kind of see what happened, and boom, we can see exactly when lockdown happened, right? It's so clear. Look, bullish, and then it just drops right here. And when it dropped, it was an opportunity to get it at a super discount. Even Disney, dropped from, we'll call it, what is this right here? We'll call it $140 down to $79. $79, and then it ran up and all the way to $200. Like, what a discount. And then it went to a new, all-time high, I think. Yeah, all-time high. Look at this. Just ridiculous. When was this? 2009. Geez. And Yeah, so Crackdown is a huge Crackdown. I saw I saw Fred's. I don't know what you're saying, but lockdown was an opportunity, right? It's sad the way you have to think about it, kind of, because lockdown for a lot of people, it meant it meant a lot of stuff. People lost their jobs, people, it was a sad time, people lost family members and this and that. And I'm not saying that doesn't matter, but there's always opportunity. And I kind of see this, I don't want to say the silver lining, but for me, I was fortunate enough that my family was safe and everything, and I was very lucky, and I was able to kind of step back out of everything that was going on and look a little more macroscopically and say, okay, well, this is crazy, but in the meantime, what are we doing? So yeah, I was oh, thanks, Fred. I was nothing much, man. Good times. And so you can look for these kinds of opportunities is what I'm getting at. What's up, CT? What's up, Bambino? What's up, Angel? He's rooting for another knockdown. I'm really not rooting for another lockdown, and that's what I was saying. Like, it was unfortunate for people who, people were affected by it negatively, and it's awful. It's so awful. But in the event that does happen, I'm personally prepared. I don't have any more money, but I would look for opportunity and see if I could spare a few bucks. So yeah. So AMC after hours, I know we're getting on a tangent over here, but AMC in the after hours is at $34.98. Currently up 1.04% in the after hours. All right, let's go ahead and go over to the Ortex data, take a look. So shares on loan, Ortex is 95.92 million shares on loan, which it is down just a little bit, but not really anything where I'm like, oh my gosh, what is happening? It's over, the sky is falling, nothing like that. It's down a little bit. It is what it is, and I'm okay with it, right? We're good. I think it's okay. Utilization went down a little bit as well. All right, so 87.13% of utilization, which is still extremely high. Do not fool yourself for a second thinking, oh, utilization is not even high anymore, it's over with, it's done, blah blah blah. No, anything could happen at any moment, and that's what I'll say. And the short interest also, right? Short interest did go down a little bit at 14.54. Previously, it was at 15.75. Then it went to 14.85 and now 14.54%. Short interest, which is still extremely high, right? Don't shill yourself in thinking, oh, it's not so high. And, the reason why I just want to emphasize that I think these are extremely high is because I always make your own financial decisions. Don't let me sway you in any kind of way at all, because I don't know what I'm talking about. But what I personally am not going to be doing is, because I fear that someone's going to look at this and say, well, we have to wait for it to get back up to 20% before the short interest to get back to 20% before we see another run. The utilization has to be at 100. Shares on loan has to be over 100 million. 100 million shares, which I personally don't believe to be the case. I think it could happen at any moment because the short interest is extremely high, the utilization is extremely high, and shares on loan is extremely high as well. And so I think it could happen at any moment, which is why I'm not going to be trying to do another play and hopping over. I know I talk about Mayrin and just more recently just Carnival right there and all that stuff. And yes, I'm more watching Mayrin for the concept of it, but for what is that one called? I forgot the name. Oh, for Carnival, I would love to take a position, but I'm not going to be switching over and trying to play Carnival and then hop back to AMC right before it takes off. No, that's not how I'm going to play this. I just can't. So let's talk about what is going on with AMC over here, because there was some interesting news today. Adam Aaron tweeted out today, "It is a great pleasure to announce 2 long-term leases on the Grove and the Americana, gorgeous theaters as our newest AMCs. No Ordinary Theaters in 2018, the second and 5th highest grossing movie theaters in the greater Los Angeles. Hoping to add several more theaters as well," right? And that's fantastic. This is the kind of stuff that we need to see AMC moving to, right? They need to make sure that they are using their newfound wealth, or whatever you want to call it, using this money that they, from the shares that were sold into the market, that they're using it wisely, right? How are these guys going to survive the pandemic? How are these guys going to continue to progress? How is this stock going to continue to go up and be worth, as much as GameStop, right? There has to be something. It can't just continue to stay the same kind of business model. Well, this is kind of the same business model. These are tried and true, proven, track record movie theaters. And in LA, I would imagine, I was trying to think, LA, okay, what about compared to the world? What about compared to New York, or wherever they watch a lot of movies? But I figure LA would probably have a lot of moviegoers, considering, Los Angeles, like, City of Stars or whatever, where people want to see movies. It's a big movie place, I guess, or maybe that's Hollywood. I don't know, but I figure a lot of people probably like to watch movies in LA, and I'm hoping that I'm accurate in that thought process, but maybe I'm wrong, right? Maybe I'm wrong, but maybe I'm right. All right, so some pretty good stuff there. Let's talk about AMC. So it looks like over here, is this the Bloomberg terminal? I can't tell. It looks like a Bloomberg terminal, but it kind of doesn't look like a Bloomberg terminal. This might be the S3 platform, and AMC is given a score of 100 out of 100 on the S3 short squeeze risk score, right? And we can see here, actually, this is pretty interesting to see the percentages. So 14.54% over here, and it looks like the short interest ratio, or no, not short interest, the percent of the float of the short interest is 14.76, down 1.88%, which probably is a lot in line with what happened here. Short interest. I'm not familiar with this platform much, but I think it's pretty interesting. Angels from LA. Oh, okay. Angel went to AMC and saw The Purge on a Sunday night. It was busy. Wow, Sunday night. Not bad. So that's what's going on with this one. Angel says, "What is your price target, big dog?" Price target, I don't really have a price target. And the reason I don't have a price target is not because I don't think it's going to run. It's because I don't want to shill myself into a lower price than what it's worth, right? I'd hate to say that I'm going to, what if I said, oh, I'm going to sell it on the way up at $500. Well, what if it's running margin calling, right? It's going to 500. It goes to 510, 520, 555, and it's going fast and instantly, right? And it's going to 600, 700, 800, but I just sold that at 500. Why would I set a psychological fake artificial target for myself, right? My target is to wait for it to run up, and whenever it's falling back down, I'm going to see if it's going to bounce up. And if it doesn't bounce, I'll sell it at a fraction of what I could have got. But at the same time, if a fraction, let's say I was going to sell it at $100 on the way up, right? That is, if it goes to $1,000 and then it comes back down, well, I guess I'll sell it at, maybe I'll sell it at $100 on the way back down. Or what if it goes at $10,000 and I sell it at 10% of that, of 10,000 at 1,000, right? So instead of selling at 100, I sold at 1,000, and that's way more than I would have got, right? If it goes all the way up to 10,000 and comes back, doesn't bounce, then maybe I'll get out there. But That's why I think it's important to have a floor while you think it's going to go up, and then you sell on the way back down, so that, yeah, you miss the top, but you also don't shill yourself at what you think it's going to go to. So those are just more theoretical, right? These are theoretical numbers. I mean, no one knows when it's going to squeeze, what it'll squeeze to, anything like that. But, you know, I think it's important to have some kind of plan. And while that plan might sound crazy, it makes sense to me, right? Because if I were to sell it at, let's say I sold it at, you know, people in that scenario say, well, why don't you sell it at $10,000? Well, number one, you don't know what it's going to go to. You don't know if it's going to stop at 10,000 and go back down. Number two, what if it goes to $100,000? If it goes to $100,000 and you sell it back on the way back down, right? No one knows. And so that's why I'm just going to wait, play it by ear, play it super slow, and just see what happens. When will AMC squeeze, you think? AMC, no one knows. No one knows when it's going to squeeze. No one could have guessed on January 27th we were going to see that crazy run. No one would have guessed that over here, I don't remember the date for this one. No one would have guessed that back here we would have gone to $77 randomly after running up, that we're going to go to 77 and then kind of retrace and stuff, which is fine. But yeah, no one knows these dates. No one knows if it's going to be after hours, or the pre-market, or both, or during the regular business hours. January 27th, it was during the after hours and pre-market. And this one was during the middle of the day. You never know. You never, ever know, which is why I just play it super slow. I'm waiting, I'm chilling, and that's why I wait, right? Let's take a look at a few of these. I think this was a pretty interesting post here. This says, this is the way. So this is just lethal stocks on Webull, just a random feel good type post, I think. So we'll read it really quick, and you make your own conclusion, okay? So credit for lethal stocks on Webull. If we were wrong, they would have covered by now, right? Because if they would have just covered, right? It's done. If we were wrong, they wouldn't have hired thousands of shills and written bot scripts for accounts. If we were wrong, they wouldn't be offering people money to become bots. Remember, and if you haven't seen these things, so apparently they've been, or it seems like, you know, if these posts are real, you know, they're trying to buy people's accounts who have high karma, trying to buy people's accounts who are pro AMC, who've done posts and stuff, and it seemed, and very, you know, try to pay off people to post negative things about the stock. I mean, it's very interesting. If we were wrong, they wouldn't be shutting down YouTube investors and sending cease and desist letters to financial investment brokers who speak out against them. If we were wrong, they wouldn't tell us we were wasting our money, right? Because they would tell us. Remember, if we were wrong, they would want us to. They want the stock to like go down, and you know, they want us to get out and the stock to go down. And if they say, hey, you're wasting your money, get out, like, it just doesn't make any sense. If we were wrong, they wouldn't need to continue borrowing shares to justify this. This is my favorite one that makes the most sense, right? If we were wrong, like, why are they still shorting the stock? They're shorting the stock, and sure, more recently it's been going down, but previously it was not going down, right? We were hovering at $60, $50, and we kept testing 60, and they were just shorting the crap out of it, right? Heavily shorting the stock, and it just kept happening, kept shorting. And in my opinion, if they don't short the stock, it's gonna run because of the sentiment and how many people are holding the stock. And so that goes along with this. And finally, if we were wrong, they would have disproven our DD and the facts. They've yet to disprove really anything. And so, yeah, I mean, here we go. The press alone shows this. How many articles they're saying, you know, forget AMC as the title. And I think that's a combination of maybe this, but more so they're trying to grab these new investors, right? All the new apes. They're trying to say, hey, forget AMC, go to this stock. Forget AMC, go to this stock. Use our service. Like Motley Fool's a perfect example. Actually, they're one of the people who have done the most posts of forget AMC, go to this stock, because they're trying to sell you their subscription. They're trying to sell you their subscription of subscribing to Motley Fool, because, and they have the post. If you've ever been on there, it'll say, hey, if you have seen, let's see. Oh, it says if you would have invested in this stock 5 years ago, you would have gotten 1,000% gains. Like, we called this stock, we called Amazon, we called this, we called that. And truth be told, they just kind of call everything, and then they choose they pick and choose. Or it seems like, at least that's what they do. So yeah. Yep, sounds about right. Life the last few months after putting all my money in AMC. Good old Wilson right here. I'm currently down 45%. Never felt so calm. We'll look at this one really quick. Let's see. Fidelity offers Active Trader Pro, which is an additional free service where you can make trades and manage your portfolio, but you can also use what is called directed trade. This allows you to intentionally route your orders directly to the NASDAQ. That means Citadel never sees your share and can do nothing about it. And no other market maker or brokerage can route your order to a dark pool. Ooh, big brain. This is a silver bullet. Apes use it. What? Active Trader Pro. You can also use what is called a directed trade. I'm gonna have to get Active Trader Pro. I really haven't used it at all, but I might need to take a look at that. That's pretty interesting. I'm gonna leave this up to the side. There you go. Hamza says the only thing I need to know is if they covered. Everything else is pointless. And I'll tell you what, based on these numbers, based on what is going on, based on the calculations, I mean, there's so much information out there that shows it really, we can't see definitively, right? Well, I guess we can see this pretty definitively, right? That no, they have not freaking covered. Keep in mind, this is not show any of the dark pool, trades. I don't think it shows ETFs, anything like that. These are just regular, normal shares on loan, right? And so I think that means a lot. I think that these guys have not covered, and when they cover, you will know. This run up, they didn't even cover. I mean, they covered just a smidge. I mean, well, actually, let's take a look at what the shares on loan was at that time. On loan, okay, it was at 155. About, well, actually, it was more so around here, I would say. We'll see what the peak was. Peak was let's say 155 million, right? And that was over here. I mean, I really don't know where these shares let's see if they went down whenever this went up. See, yeah, maybe it was around here. So even then, I mean, these shares on loan, these guys are still, there's more to go. There's way more to go, right? And we can see it. Do you prefer Trey or Matt for DD? I typically prefer Trey for DD. Even then, Trey does a pretty good job, I would say. Matt, I don't really watch him for too much DD. I really don't watch Matt too much. But Trey, I like Trey. Where am I at? Over here. Let's see what else we have. Oh wow, I went to jail for Occupy Wall Street. Man, we have some people in here. This is crazy. PSA reminder, if you know, you know. For those of you who don't know, if for any reason Reddit is to go down or anything like that, the apes are going to go to Gangnam Style. They're going to go to the YouTube video Gangnam Style, and they're going to sort the comments by new, and they're going to, that's where the apes are going to be. Yeah. Have you seen Simulate and Trade? No, I haven't seen that, Diane. Is that a documentary or something? So this is where the apes are going to go. How to bypass dark pools with fidelity. All right, let's take a look at this. Go to their main web page and click login. Next to the account name, click my profile. Click, okay, so this is how you do it. Elections and routing. Now you have to click that you agree you were trading straight. Oh, very interesting. Man, there's some good stuff here. And I did see something in here. So okay, this person right here says, Paul Wall, baby, 80. This person says, we all need to start thinking, to start making, I don't know why I'm making up words. We all need to start making the switch to fidelity for this reason. Payment for order flow. Wow, I actually knew this acronym. What the heck? Payment for order flow. They can take a huge order of buy AMCs and funnel through the dark pools so the price doesn't increase. Then do a sell order smaller than the buy order and the open market on the open market to decrease the price, therefore manipulating the price. We can buy as much as we want on these stock platforms, but if it all gets funneled through the dark pool, then nothing happens to the price as far as it increasing. Man, you can change order routing in TD and Ameritrade as well as Schwab. This is crazy. Oh, this is in the Active Trader Pro app, not the main site. That is good to know. Wow, this is crazy. This is interesting stuff. Oh, YouTube channel? No. I have not seen that YouTube channel. Diana, if I had the opportunity to stream the MOAs, I would happily stream the MOAs. We'll have to see how work is going and stuff, if I'm able to, all that stuff. But if I have the opportunity to, absolutely. If it squeezes on like a Saturday or a Sunday, I'll definitely be here. But, based on the market opening and closing days, it doesn't seem like it'll be a Saturday or Sunday. But no, seriously, if it's like a regular day, I mean, I'll see what'll happen. I'll make a call. Why does it sound like you're in a fish tank? I don't know why people... Robert, I don't know, my friend. Are you trolling me? Does it actually sound like I'm in a fish tank? Would you stream on your OnlyFans site? Maybe. Lou's a special an acquired taste, you know. If you are more, I would say, politically correct or anything like that, Lou may not be for you. Lou is definitely an interesting watch, right? Some people like it, some people don't like it. You know, and that's going to be your call. Corey, I would quit if your work doesn't let you off. Yeah. Yeah, it's the fan, I think. Yeah, it's probably my fan. Like my ceiling fan or something. I don't know. It's wild. But yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and actually I'm gonna make a video tonight. I want to talk about some of these things and maybe do as well, we'll see if I do a channel update or anything like that. But he lives in a pineapple under the sea. But yeah. This dude seems like a chill dude that would become violent if you get him to lose his temper. That is very specific. But, you know, in the words of Lil Wayne, I ain't a killer, but don't push me. No, I was playing. But start coughing and saying, oh my gosh, you guys are wild. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to start logging. I'm going to make a video for tonight and we'll get that released. Maybe it might be on this or something. I have a few different ideas, but I'm gonna see what the video is gonna be about, and I'll be releasing. So be on the lookout for that. I'm just gonna stay here and just make the video, right? But all right, thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. I will catch you guys tomorrow, right? I'll catch you guys later. Let me see what AMC is at really quick before I log off. AMC is currently still around just under like plus 1% in the after hours at $34.95. All right. Oh yeah, Tupac said that. I think Lil Wayne said that also, but Chris, you're right. I don't know what I'm thinking. Smooth brain. Thank you, Chris. I apologize for my incompetence. But all right, y'all. I will catch you guys later. Yeah, everyone's gonna call me out. All right, peace out, guys. I'm out of here before I get chewed out.